Well, hello, and welcome to Unscripted Conversations with Coach Jackie.
Hello.
Hello, and Coach Shalonda. Dive deep with us as we navigate and discuss the journey of life, personal growth, pursuit of clarity and purpose, y'all, from mindset to entrepreneurship and everything in between. Join us for a candid conversation and a discussion, and go with us on this journey of self discovery. So get ready to challenge, reflect, and grow. And as we tell you all each time, these conversations are unscripted. So, therefore, we get together, we talk and say, what are we coming up with? What are we discussing for today? So I received a game in the mail and it's called Delve Deck. I'm the game queen. I like to play games. And I saw this on TikTok, Instagram, something. And I was like, oh, they were playing it with their parents. And I thought this would be a cool game because I'll get to ask my parents questions about things that maybe I don't know the answer to, and just give us a way to either jump on a Zoom or a conversation we can have at dinner. So I said to Coach Jackie, what do you think about if we come on today and we just ask each other questions? Kind of to get to know each other on a different level and for you all to know us on a different level. And with it being the holidays and us trying to keep it lighthearted, and I don't know about y'all, but I play games and I know Coach Jackie plays games at the holidays, and thought maybe it might be something that you guys might be interested in. Now, I am not a representative. They did not pay me. I've never even played it. So you can tell us in the comments if it's a hit or a quit. And maybe we'll let you know our thoughts too at the end. And then Coach Jackie agreed, but she gets to ask me questions as well, she said. So she came up with a few questions, and then I'm going to pull cards from this deck. And so we'll see how it goes. So, Coach Jackie, before we get started, how are you today?
Oh, I am doing well. I am enjoying my day. Got off to a really great start. All is well. What about you?
I'm doing okay. Yesterday was sunny. Now, the day before yesterday, it was raining. Yesterday was sunny, and today I don't know what it's doing. It's just here. It's no sun, and I don't know if it's gonna rain, but it's no sun, that's for sure. So, and then I see outside my window trees with no leaves, and that's a telltale sign of what's coming. So
Absolutely.
other than that, I'm doing okay. I can't complain. So
Glad to
are
hear
you
that.
ready to dive into this delve deck of these questions of
Oh
mine?
my, let's go.
So I'm gonna put you on the hot seat. I'm gonna start first, and y'all, since it's unscripted, she does not know what I'm gonna ask. So, and I don't know what she's gonna ask. So be patient with us as we answer these questions. Have some patience with your family and friends too. They may not know the answer right away. Let me see if I come up with something that's
Uh-oh.
not so serious. Uh,
Uh-oh.
what is in style right now that you can't stand? Is there something in style right now that you just like, oh, I hate that?
I remember growing up, we used to wear platform shoes.
Mhm.
I didn't like them then, and I don't like them now.
You said ain't nothing changed about that. Okay, I love that. I love that. Okay, okay. You got one for me, or you want to stay in the hot seat today?
Okay, no. Tell me what type of music that you like.
Oh, for those of you that don't know, I love music, and I think Coach Jackie loves music. That's one thing we do have in common. And I love all types of music. I love gospel, of course, and inspirational music, and I love R&B. I love '90s R&B. I love R&B. I love hip hop. I'm a hip hop head. Not so much today's hip hop. I can get with some of it. It's catchy, but I'm a hip hop head, y'all. I'm 50 and we celebrated 50 years of hip hop this year. So I am hip hop. So I love hip hop. I love pop. I like the pop. I even like a little bit of country, just a little bit, just a little bit. I had the opportunity to go to a country concert one time. It was free, but I got to go. So yeah, I love that. And I know you always talk about loving jazz.
Mhm,
And I
mhm,
can't say that I don't like jazz,
mhm.
but every time I think of jazz, I think of like put me to sleep type music. But my parents go to and I'm going to have you check him out. His name is Brian Culberson.
Oh yeah.
He's a white guy, but he's funky, and like they go to his
Yes, he
concert and
is.
they jam.
Yes, he
Um,
is.
I was supposed to go to that concert in September, but I had oral surgery and I couldn't make it.
Mm,
So,
mhm.
so I think there's some pretty hip jazz too. So,
Yes, they
I
are.
could put
Mhm,
jazz on the list. I could put jazz,
mhm.
neo soul, all of that. Like I love it all.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
You ready?
I'm in the hot seat.
All right. What is the best thing anyone has ever said to you?
Oh, wow.
That's a hard one.
Yeah, it is. It is. I have to say, just recently, this morning, I have a Facebook page, and I just have someone commented on the page, and they were thanking me. They were sharing, the blessings and the amazing things that God has, done in their life. But they also were saying that they were excited and they were grateful that our paths crossed, and they were glad to be a part of that. I was a part of their village. So I thought that was really nice. That kind of got my day off to a good start.
Yes, that's awesome. I agree with everything they said. So,
Thank you.
all right, your turn.
Okay. Now, what do you do to relax after a busy day? You're a hardworking woman. You got a lot of things going on. How do you relax at the end of the day?
Um, most days I'm not very good at relaxing. Yesterday I said I'm going to go take a bubble bath. Now I knew I had a Zoom at 9:30 p.m., but I was like, I'm gonna stop what I'm doing. I just want to take a bubble bath. In my soaker tub, I put the bubbles in there. I turned the lights down. I lit some candles. I got my iPad, set it up on the thing that that goes across the tub, and I watched a podcast, and I'm just laid back in the tub. I laid back and I was relaxing and chillaxing so much that I fell asleep, and I jumped up. I was like, "Oh my god, I don't like falling asleep in the tub. That scares me." So I hurry up, jumped up, and got myself together because I had to get on a Zoom. But I did that yesterday. But most days, if I'm honest, the way I relax is at the end of the day when I'm done working, or I should say in the middle of the night. I'm either listening to a podcast, I'm on TikTok, or I'm on Instagram Reels laughing at stuff and sending them to my friends in the middle of the night so that they can have them in the morning. That's about it.
That sounds like fun.
What kid stuff do you still enjoy doing as an adult that somebody may think is kid stuff?
Wow. I think growing up, I was always kind of animated. So at times I feel like I'm more like myself when I'm really animated. I like to be silly. So sometimes I get silly. It's usually my husband say, "Okay, Jackie, you must be getting tired." But I just love smiling and having fun. Sometimes I just like to be silly. So
Do y'all
I
really?
still enjoy that.
I think Coach Jackie's so serious, and we are learning something new. She likes to be silly so much so that her husband like it's time to go to bed. Oh, I love it. I'm so glad you shared that. I would have never known that. What you got for me?
Okay, let me see. Let's say, what's your favorite color?
My favorite color is pink. I love, 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 love pink. And the people are like, why do you like pink? It's just so typical. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it just seems so soft and pretty. And I have always loved pink. Always, always, always loved pink. My favorite. But as I get older, I think black is one of my favorites, and maybe because I thought it made me look smaller when it really wasn't. But I love black, and as you see, I have some black on, and you have some black on, and you see the wall behind me is black. So my accents in my house are black. So I would say I'm really, really, really loving black, but pink is my all-time favorite.
Wow. Wow.
Ask you the same thing. What's your favorite color?
Wow. My favorite color is purple. I don't know. I just kind of always gravitated to that particular color. I have lots of purple. As you see, I have a little bit in my hair. The cover of my phone is purple. I have quite a few purple sweatshirts. Before, I didn't have much purple in my clothing, but now I'm starting to pick out things that have purple in it. I just really love it. I know it means royalty and all those things. So maybe that's what I want to speak into my life, right?
You're a queen. Come on, queen. Come on, queen. Okay. I kind of cheated because I used your own question on you.
No worries.
It's your turn. It's your turn.
Okay. So what is the funniest thing that you've ever experienced?
The funniest thing I've ever experienced. That I ever experienced? I don't know. I have no clue. There's many times I will sit and laugh with friends. And the thing is, for me, because I'm like you, I'm silly, I'm playful, I'm humorous, but for me to really laugh, Like it has to be really funny. And I know that that's relative because what's funny to one isn't funny to another. But some
Mhm.
stuff that people laugh at, I'm like, but if I'm really, really laughing, oh, and I just told my friends, I haven't had one of those moments where like I'm falling out the chair laughing in so
Wow.
long. I am due for a good laugh,
Wow.
but I'm always so rigid sometimes. But I
Mhm.
can't think of an answer to that.
Now, what kind of things make you laugh hard like that?
I can't even think of an answer to that.
Yeah.
It's not even like, oh, this is because it's not a this is gonna make me laugh that hard every time. If I laugh that hard at it once, I probably won't laugh that hard at it again. So it's just I don't know. I really don't know.
Okay.
I think it's pretty hard to make me laugh like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow. Okay.
yeah.
That's
So that's
good.
that's that's interesting.
It is.
That's
Mhm.
interesting. Because I'm very humorous, like my dad. I'm always joking. People think I'm
Yes.
funny.
Yes.
But to make me laugh, it takes a lot, especially to make me fall out laughing. Let me say that. To make me fall out laughing, it takes a lot. Um,
Okay.
so what do you find fairly easy that others seem to struggle with?
Ooh. What do I find fairly easy that others seem to struggle with? Hmm. Guess that depends of what I'm doing.
I can tell you one for you, this doggone Canva and all this stuff that I'm like, what? What do you want me to do?
And I think one my supervisor said something to me. He said that I was very intuitive. So we had a time clock system that we had in place, and the way we had to navigate it to enter people's time and figure different things out when it was a holiday. And because to me it was almost like I don't want to call it trial and error, but that's sort of how I learned how to use it though. And I became good at it. And he was saying that because I was intuitive, and a lot of the staff would come to me to help me with their time sheets. You know, they kind of struggle with, Jackie, how do you do this? How do you switch this from this and that to that? You know, so I would say that would be one thing that I learned that came easy for me, and others around me sort of struggle with it.
Okay. Okay. All right. Your turn. Your
So
turn.
it is my turn. So what famous person inspired you the most and why?
Famous person. Hmm. I mean, I don't know, but I'm a guess. I mean, because I don't know. I don't really look at it like that. But I guess I could say possibly it would be a mix between like Oprah,
Mhm.
um, Barack and Michelle.
Mhm.
Because I think they all just showed us like how not that I think I could be president, but
Yes, you
how
can.
yeah, I mean like but I mean I have no
I
desire.
got you.
Let me be clear. But um how we could just do anything we put our mind to. And like
Mhm.
Oprah to deal with everything that she dealt with and to talk, even Michelle deal with their looks and to be called monkeys and gorillas and da 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 and to keep fighting, to keep pushing and to break barriers. And then for her to have her own network. Um, the Oprah Winfrey Network, ironically,
Mhm.
the fact that it's owned and to
Mhm.
own her own things, like that is inspiring to me.
Mhm.
I used to say I
Mhm.
wanted to be Oprah. I wanted to have a talk show and I wanted to then I
Wow.
thought, you're too shy to get up and talk in front of people. How are you going to be Oprah? But I used to say I want to be Oprah. I want to have a show like that. And I want to do like have guests and things like that. So
Wow.
ironic, even this is kind of like that. So
Wow. And you're so good at it. You really are.
well, thank you very much.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's a good question. That was one that yeah, that was a good question. So this one says, what interests do you wish more people shared with you? Like, what is something
Wow.
you're interested in that you wish more people shared that with you?
That's a good question. Um, how could I answer that? I'm really passionate about causes that empower, build, and uplift. And amazingly enough, many people that are in my circle where I live, that's not something that they're really, really interested in. You know, you want to get me started and get me excited, you know, set me in a conversation where we're talking about empowering, uplifting, and building. You know, I definitely really, really enjoy that. And some people are more about what's in it for me, or, you know, and that's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Or, you know, talking about themselves and things of that nature. So I think that would be my answer. So it is my turn to put you in the hot seat. Okay.
What you got?
Let's see. Let's go with this one. What is the best advice you've ever received?
I was just discussing this yesterday. I don't think when people say that, I don't have anything that's like groundbreaking, or I don't have that. And not to say that people haven't given me advice or people haven't tried to help me, but nothing ever comes to mind with that type of question for me. So just being in the programs that I've been in the learning environments I've been in, I'm just learning about investing in yourself, and taking classes and masterminds and attending workshops and webinars and getting yourself a coach, and the therapist needing the therapist. You know, those are things that resonate with me, because it really is the core of who I am. I'm a person who loves myself and loves to grow and learn and figure out ways to do things. And so I would have to say it was more from being in that space, but not that someone sat down like, baby, make sure you always remember to do the, you know, like that. It's just more
that's good.
The space that I'm in, and the importance of community and network. And because nowadays we're all like, oh, I don't need nobody. Yes, you do.
Right.
You cannot be your best self by yourself. So
that's right. That's right.
So learning those types of things.
That's good advice right there.
Good advice. That's Pastor Derry's Daniels. I cannot take credit for that, but you cannot be your best self by yourself. Right. So that's how I'm picking up on things like that. So yeah.
Very good. I like that.
This one isn't too serious, but what is great about where you live? First of all, you don't have to tell us exactly, but you could tell us the state or whatever that you live in, and what is great about where you live.
What I like about where I live at now, it doesn't get as cold.
We don't know where you live. What state? Tell us.
I live in the state of Virginia. I live near the water.
Awesome.
I definitely live near the water. And I grew up up north, and it would get really, really cold up there. We would get lots of snowstorms and things of that nature. So since I've been in the state of Virginia, it doesn't get as cold as it does. You know, we have some cold days, but not nearly as cold as it does up there. I like the calmness of the state. You know, it's sort of it's changing a little bit, but you know, depending on where you live, it can be, you know, pretty laid back and pretty calm, which is where I'm at in life right now. And I want calm and peace and things of that nature. I love the fact that I can go to the beach and things of that nature, whereas I didn't have that up north. So those are some of the things that I like about being here in Virginia.
I think about that. I'm like, man, I would love to be able to go to the beach. But the most interesting thing about going to the beach that I find is that people that live near the beach hardly ever go to the beach. And it's one of those things where it's like, if it's there, it's not as big of a deal to the people that live near it as the people that want to travel and say, oh, I wish I lived there. There's so many people that live near a beach and hardly ever go to the beach. I just find that so interesting, because I always say, I wish I lived near a beach. And it's so interesting. You said it's calm, which is, you know, what you like. One of the things I think I love about where I live in Indiana is well, I live in Indianapolis, or near Indianapolis, so it's a pretty big city. But I love that I could have both of best of both worlds. So we have an NFL team, we have an NBA team, we have a minor league baseball team, we have the soccer, we get the concerts, we have the fair, we have the nation's largest children's museum. So people come all over to that. We have the 500 racetrack, for the Indy 500. So there's enough going on that if you want something going on, we were called Nap Town, like Indianapolis, it became Nap Town because there was nothing to do. People always said it was called Sleepy Town, like it was, you just come in and take a nap, but it's not really Nap Town. Like we have we're getting ready to have in February, the NBA All-Star game.
Wow.
We have the NCAA headquarters here. Wow. So Eli Lilly, which is a huge company that, does most prescriptions and drugs, is here. So, with that being said, there's a lot going on, or there's nothing going on at all. So I love that there's the best of both worlds, because some people, where they live in their state, they have to travel. Like other people come here to go to concerts, or come here to fly out, or come here to go to the fair, or things like. I like that it's already here. Wow. So if I want it, it's here. But if I don't, I'm in an area where it's quiet and calm and whatever. So.
That is nice. I like that. That is really nice.
That wasn't my question, but I just had to shout out Naptown, shout out the 317 for Indianapolis. I'm born and raised, ain't never left. So
wow. Okay.
I'm true to this. Naptown, stand up. No,
wow.
So I'm not like you. I haven't left. I wonder if I ever will. I don't think so. But not because I haven't wanted to, because I would love to go warm. But the older I get, I don't want to be burning up hot. So my best friend lives somewhere where it's burning up hot. And I'm like, I don't want to be burning up hot, but I would like to be warm.
Right. I think Virginia's kind of even killed there. You're not burning up hot and you're not really, really cold. So when it comes to that, I think I like that part about being here. Wow, that was a good question.
I agree with that. Virginia, I've been there once. And I've been to Virginia Beach, and I really, really enjoyed. We were there for an AAU tournament, but we got to go visit the beach one day, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. But I'll be honest, I don't really care for the Atlantic Ocean. I like the Gulf more, the Gulf side. So even when I go to Florida, I like being on the Gulf side, like Destin and stuff like that, versus Fort Lauderdale, which is on the Atlantic. I like the Gulf. Clearwater, Tampa.
I say, much better water. Yes, that would do it.
Yes. So, so I don't know if that was your question, my question, because I done jumped in.
We done got lost track. Yeah, we kind of intertwined. That's okay. You can go ahead.
I got one for you. What TV show did you love as a kid?
Oh, wow. I'm going to put a couple of them in there because I used to I like the Cosbys. I liked a Different World. If I go back too far, I used to like Bewitched.
Oh, I love Bewitched. Yes, because they said as a kid, you was not watching no Different World as a kid. We was watching that as adults.
I like Three's Company. Let me see now. If I go into cartoons, I used to like Speed Racer.
Oh, you like Speed Racer?
I like Speed Racer. The Jetsons was kind of funny. I'm really dating myself now.
No, you're not. I'm right with you.
The Jetsons was kind of funny. What else did I like? Scooby-Doo was okay. I kind of, it was just okay.
Is this too far from you? Did you watch the Smurfs? Do you know the Smurfs? The little.
I know who they are.
Okay. The Flintstones.
Yes. Now I did like them.
Yeah, I like the Flintstones and the Jetsons. I used to watch them. Bewitched. I watched them. I Dream of Jeannie.
Oh yes. Gilligan's Island.
Yeah. And like you said, Three's Company. I used to watch all of that stuff. It's Who's the Boss? But that's kind of coming a little further closer to like Family Matters and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's newer. Yeah,
that's newer, but definitely Cosby and Fresh Prince and Girl Living Single.
Yes.
Martin, but that's
all
like
those.
coming.
Yes.
Okay, your turn.
Oh my goodness. Well, let me ask you this. Let's see. What inspired you to become a therapist? What made you want to become a therapist?
I know I shared this on one of our many discussions, but I always knew I would be a teacher, a lawyer, or a therapist. And I just kind of always knew that. And somehow being the one that everybody came to for counsel or advice, and I really took it to heart. I wasn't just throwing something out there. Like I took it like for real, like they were paying me. And this was early on as a kid. So being a therapist gave me the opportunity to be all three because I get to teach clients different things. I get to advocate for them in the role of a lawyer. I'm advocating for my clients and teaching them how to advocate for themselves because they are their greatest advocate is them. And then obviously I get to do counseling with them. So it kind of just led me to be all three. I got into psychology and I studied psychology. A little bit in high school, and then in college, I'm going into psychology. And so I got my bachelor in psychology, and then I got my master's in mental health counseling, and then I got my licensure in mental health counseling. And ironically enough, as I got into it, I'm like, I'm a therapist, but I don't really want to work with a lot of the stuff that most therapists want to work with. So I'm like, what kind of therapist are you? Like, you don't want to do trauma? Like every therapist does trauma. So different types of trauma. So I started to identify the importance of a niche. And I didn't understand that because we're taught like almost like a doctor. You can cover all kinds of stuff. But I wanted to be more like, I guess, a specialist to some degree, where you go to that specialist for more specific things versus just the whole gamut of a general practitioner, because they could come to you for substance abuse, they can come to you for grief, they come to you for couples counseling, they can come to you for sexual trauma, domestic violence. I mean, it's such a wide range. Like, I'm not an expert in all of those areas. Could I help you? Yes, but should I help you? Not when there's somebody else that's more qualified, that may be a substance abuse counselor. Do that. So I became a therapist. I was helping everybody because I'm like, I got to take clients. So it didn't matter what it was. And then I started off as a school-based counselor, which I loved, and working with children and teens. I loved that. But now I'm more, like, careful who I take. I decide I don't want to work with that. There's not that I can't, but there's probably somebody better equipped to help you with certain things than me. So yeah.
Wow. Now that you're on this lane, I have a question for you. Do you think that a person who may not have, went to school for some of those topics that you mentioned, but have had life experiences in those various areas and have overcome them, do you see them as someone who could potentially also help others?
Absolutely. And I'm glad you said that, because that's kind of like, to me, where you and I met was in the coaching lane. And to me, you don't have to be a therapist to be able to help people. If I knew then what I know now, I'd be $200,000 less in debt, because I probably wouldn't have went the therapy route. I would have still helped people, but maybe more from the coaching space. And so, and I don't want to get into your story because that's your story to tell, but there's some things that you've dealt with and gone through just like anybody else in life. And I was listening to Coach Kelly J the other day on a podcast, and she said, everybody can be a coach. And they were like, are you sure about that? And she was like, yeah. She said, now, granted, if you have a disability or something, she said, but yeah, because everybody has something that they've gone through, that they've overcome, that they can help somebody else overcome who's going through the same thing. Now, that doesn't mean that they have to be 100 steps ahead of that person. They could be 2 steps ahead of that person. But there's somebody that just wants to get 2 steps further than where they are right now. And so you don't have to have a degree and a licensure and all that. That's your life experience. You have a PhD in life. You have a PhD in overcoming. And so you can literally take something that you went through and say, okay, let me go to the final spot. Okay, let me go to the end. I want to help people get here. Then you say, how did I get here? And you start to document the journey. Now you work backwards. okay, this is how I got here. I got here by doing this, 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 this. Okay, I'm in a position now to market myself as an expert that can help somebody get there. Well, how are you an expert? Because I was where you were and you want to get where I am. Ultimately, it doesn't matter if you've done it 30 years or you've done it 1 year. I just want to get from where I am to where you were. Can you show me?
Well said.
Yeah.
Well
And I
said.
mean, and maybe you can share to close us out. Your thoughts on that, and if you feel like that's something you can do and others can do, and we can shut it down right there.
Oh, wow. Interested enough that you would say that. I agree with you, 100%. As a matter of fact, this morning I was showering and getting dressed for the day, and I was just thinking over my life and just really being thankful for the various things. In my mind, I'm thinking, well, Jackie, you grew up, you were bullied, you grew up, in a home where you witnessed domestic violence, you experienced sexual abuse. And, I look at where I am today, and it's like only the grace of God could have me be where I am today. It's only through the grace of God that I could even have the desire to even pursue being an entrepreneur, have the desire and the passion to help other women. And it's so ironic that, the name of my Facebook page is Navigating the Ripple Effects of Life. And I think about my life and the various things that and I know I'm not the only one. So I'm sharing this to let you see also how valuable and how necessary each of us are. We've all experienced different things. We've all overcome different things. And just as you said, there's somebody that have not overcome yet, and they're looking for that person to help them to get from point A to point B, to help them overcome, feeling like they're not good enough, to help them overcome rejection, to help them overcome lack of confidence, to help them overcome low self-esteem. So when you've experienced those things in your life, and have I mastered it? Absolutely not. But am where I was even just a year ago? Absolutely not. And I like what you said. What helped is invested in myself. What helped was being around like-minded people. What helped was, being in people that were where I wanted to be. So that helped me to take those necessary leaps and steps to get there. So I love what you said. I agree with you 100%. So we started out, talking about each other, help you got to know us. You got to also know what drew us to what we're even doing here today. And we just want you to know that whatever that dream is that you have, whatever it is that you desire to do, it is possible for you to achieve it. It is possible for you to be the person you desire to be, to do the thing that you desire to do. You know where I'm going, and to have the thing that you desire to have. So as we're, talking a whole lot about, the end of the year, we're in December, just a few more weeks, it's never too late. It's even okay to take this time to sit back and refresh and think about your year. Think about all the amazing things that you've already done, and think about some of the amazing things that you would like to do in the next year. So we want you to know that we're here to support you. We're here to encourage you. If you desire to have any type of deeper conversation, feel free to reach out to Shalonda. All of our informations are usually in the description section of the YouTube video. If you desire to reach out to me, feel free to do the same. But our heart's desire is to help people be the best person that they desire to be, to help them to get from where they are to where they want to be. And if we're not the one that can help you, trust me, we can point you in the direction of someone who can. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode of us just kind of chit chat. Well, we pretty much do that for the most part, but I hope again that it's been beneficial. I hope it's added value to your life, and we will see you next time. Take care.
And remember, there's a you waiting on you.
Here you go.
You waiting on you. You don't need that degree. Go out there and help somebody.
Tell them, Shalonda. Okay.